Why did the volcano break up with the mountain? Because it was too eruptive. Yes, we're starting the conversation with a joke, because who said learning about the most dangerous volcanoes in North America can't be fun? From the mysteries of Ed Casey's Earth Changes map to the prophecies of Nostradamus and the Bible, we're about to embark on a fiery adventure. Now, enough with the jokes, let's get into the hot stuff, shall we? Ever heard of Edgar Cayce's Earth Changes map? It's quite a sight. This mysterious map, created by the renowned clairvoyant Edgar Cayce, offers a unique, if somewhat unsettling, perspective on the potential future of our world. Cayce's Earth Changes map presents a drastically altered North America, shaped by natural disasters and shifts in the Earth's crust. The West Coast is fragmented, with much of California submerged. The Great Lakes spill into a vastly enlarged Mississippi River, creating a waterway that spans the heartland. Meanwhile, the East Coast is reshaped by significant coastal flooding. Why did Cayce create such a map, you might wonder? Well, Cayce believed in the power of predictive dreams and visions. He claimed that the map reflects changes that would occur due to drastic Earth shifts and natural disasters, many of which he believed were to be triggered by volcanic activities. So, how much stock should we put into Cayce's predictions? That's a tough question. Some point to the fact that Cayce accurately predicted many historical events, lending a certain credibility to his claims. Others, however, argue that his map is more a product of imaginative speculation than scientific prediction. Now here's a little teaser for you. Cayce also created a World Changes map, a global counterpart to his North America prediction. This map paints an even more dramatic picture of the world's future, with significant geographical changes in store for all continents. But we'll save that discussion for another day. What's really fascinating about Cayce's Earth Changes map is its uncanny alignment with certain geological hotspots. For instance, the fragmentation of the West Coast could be linked to the active tectonic boundaries in the region. But are these correlations purely coincidental, or is there a deeper truth hidden in Cayce's cryptic predictions? Only time will tell. Remember, we'll delve deeper into the World Changes map in a future video, so stay tuned. In the meantime, let's keep our fingers crossed that Cayce's most dramatic predictions remain firmly in the realm of speculation. From the Bible to Nostradamus, many have tried to predict volcanic activity. The Bible, for instance, speaks of mountains spewing fire and smoke in the end times, a description that could very well fit a volcanic eruption. Then there's Nostradamus, the 16th century French seer who made a multitude of predictions in his famous quatrains. Some interpret his words to suggest a significant volcanic event in the Pacific Northwest. Other sources, like indigenous prophecies and folklore, also hint at cataclysmic volcanic events. But how about our furry friends? Animals have been known to act strangely before natural disasters, like the bisons that were seen leaving Yellowstone in 2014. It caused quite a stir, but the expected eruption didn't occur. As intriguing as these predictions are, the real question is, how accurate can they be? Meet the three most active volcanoes in North America: Mount St. Helens, Mount Rainier, and Mount Hood. These fiery giants, each with their own unique characteristics, are the three musketeers of the volcanic world. Let's start with Mount St. Helens, located in Washington state. This volcano is known for its explosive eruption in 1980, which was the most disastrous volcanic event in U.S. history. The eruption sent an ash cloud about 80,000 feet into the sky and covered a significant part of the state in volcanic ash. Now that's a temper tantrum. Next up, we have Mount Rainier, also located in Washington. This giant is considered one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world due to its enormous amount of glacial ice. If Mount Rainier were to erupt, it could potentially trigger enormous mud flows that could reach as far as Seattle. Talk about a mud bath. Last but not least, we have Mount Hood, located in Oregon. This volcano last erupted in the late 1800s and is considered potentially active. If Mount Hood were to erupt again, it could produce significant ash clouds that could disrupt air travel and affect the local climate. Let's just say you wouldn't want to be flying a drone around Mount Hood on that day. Now, when can we expect these volcanoes to erupt again? That's a million-dollar question. Predicting volcanic eruptions is a complex science, and while we have made great strides, it's still not an exact science. These volcanoes could remain calm for hundreds, even thousands of years, or they could surprise us tomorrow. But one thing's for sure, these three musketeers sure do keep us on our toes. They're a stark reminder of the power of nature and the importance of understanding and respecting our planet's geological processes. So next time you think of volcanoes, remember our three musketeers, Mount St. Helens, Mount Rainier, and Mount Hood. These fiery giants are more than just mountains, they're forces to reckon with. Now let's talk about the beast that lies beneath, the Yellowstone supervolcano. Lurking beneath the serene landscapes of Yellowstone National Park, this colossal volcano is a sleeping giant. It's one of the world's largest active volcanic systems. When it roars to life, the scale of destruction would be beyond our wildest imaginations. Let's take a walk down memory lane. The Yellowstone supervolcano has erupted 3 times in the past 2 million years. The most recent one occurred around 640,000 years ago, creating what we now know as the Yellowstone caldera. But don't let this ancient history fool you. The magma chamber is still very much alive and kicking. This brings us again to the infamous bison incident of 2014. News broke out that bison were fleeing the park en masse. This sparked a frenzy of speculation that the animals were sensing an imminent eruption. However, to the disappointment of many a doomsday prepper, the supervolcano did not erupt. So, what was it all about? As it turns out, animals do sometimes exhibit unusual behavior before natural disasters, but in this case, the bison were simply migrating to lower elevations for the winter. Sometimes a bison stampede is just a bison stampede, no apocalyptic prophecies attached, but let's not get too comfortable. While it's not on the brink of eruption, the Yellowstone supervolcano is far from dormant. It continues to be closely monitored by scientists. They use a variety of techniques, including seismic monitoring and ground deformation studies, to keep tabs on this beast. It's a balancing act of not ignoring the potential danger, while not succumbing to unnecessary panic. After all, the odds of the Yellowstone supervolcano erupting in any given year are about 1 in 730,000. So the bison may not have been running away from an imminent eruption, but it's always good to keep an eye on the beast underneath. Predicting earthquakes is as easy as, well, predicting earthquakes. Now that may sound like a tongue twister, but in reality it's a witty way of saying it's not easy at all. You see, earthquakes are caused by sudden shifts in the Earth's tectonic plates, and these shifts can be influenced by a multitude of factors, including volcanic activity. Scientists use seismic sensors to monitor these shifts and predict potential earthquakes. These sensors can detect even the smallest tremors, giving us a heads up before things get too shaky. But it's not just about the tech. Animals can sometimes beat us to it. From dogs to birds, many animals seem to sense an impending tremor, possibly due to their heightened sensitivity to vibrations. Now, how does this tie into volcanoes? Well, increased seismic activity can sometimes signal a volcanic eruption. So, in a way, earthquake prediction can also be a warning bell for volcanic eruptions. So, next time you see your pet acting strange, you might want to check the seismic activity. So, after learning about the science of earthquake predictions and how they can be a warning bell for volcanic eruptions, you might be wondering, how do we prepare for these fiery mountains? Well, it's all about planning, preparation, and staying informed. Firstly, it's crucial to have a disaster plan and an emergency kit. Your plan should include evacuation routes, meeting points, and contacts. Your kit should include essential supplies like water, food, medications, and important documents. Don't forget to include items for your pets if you have any. Secondly, it's important to understand your local evacuation routes and safe places. Know where to go and what to do if a volcanic eruption occurs. Familiarize yourself with community warning systems and listen to local authorities. Lastly, but certainly not least, stay informed about volcanic activity in your area. This can be through local news, weather reports, or even apps that provide real-time updates on seismic activity. The more you know, the better prepared you'll be. And remember, preparation is key when it comes to natural disasters. Stay safe out there. In the next scene, we will wrap up everything we've learned today, so stick around. So, what have we learned today? We've journeyed through the mysteries of Ed Casey's Earth Changes map, delved into prophetic predictions, and faced off with the three musketeers of North American volcanoes, Mount St. Helens, Mount Rainier, and Mount Hood. We also braved the beast underneath the Yellowstone supervolcano and explored the fascinating science of earthquake predictions. We've seen the unpredictability of these natural phenomena and the uncertainty surrounding the Casey maps. But one thing's for sure, knowledge is power. Being aware of where natural disasters are located and staying updated on changes in their activity equips us to make informed decisions about where we live and how we prepare for potential disasters. We've also touched upon the uncanny behavior of animals, like the bison leaving Yellowstone in 2014, ahead of potential disasters. It's a reminder that sometimes nature itself might give us a heads up. And now, the conversation doesn't end here. Your engagement, your insights, and your experiences are vital to this discussion. Do you have any thoughts about volcanoes or other natural disasters that might shed light on the KC Earth Changes maps? We'd love to hear from you. Remember, being informed is the first step to being prepared. So stay informed, stay safe, and keep watching. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your insights. Until next time.